We're live.
Good morning, everybody. Sego Sawat Guego. Today is Wednesday, September the 17th. It is now 11:19 a.m. in the morning. The council had some business to discuss with one of our consultants, so we were tied up with that for quite a while. So we are now in the regular session of council. I would like to thank all those who have joined us online and for your patience this morning. And I see Summers returned again for a little while, and we're very thankful for that. So the first item of business is to adopt the agenda. So what's on the agenda for the listeners are the minutes of September the 10th. There'll be discussion on any business arising from those minutes, any council, chief and council meetings outside of the territory. The council meetings for November and December 2025 will be identified and approved. There are some land transfers to discuss, to be for approval. There's a land sale in the industrial park to a band member. The Iroquois General Assembly will be here. We need to find out who's going to be attending that. There's some legal invoices to be paid. Hicks Morley invoice for HR matters, Galving invoice for the Culberson distribution issue. Then contribution amendment number 108 needs approval. 20 College Street West Partnership. This is a 90-unit opportunity to build an apartment building in Belleville, Ontario, on 20 College Street, in partnership with two other First Nations communities and a developer. There's our building inspections. It's on the agenda as item 12. There's a hydro agreement that needs to be signed for services for North Street Housing Development. There is a council resolution for the Royal Bank of Canada Mortgage Program Master Client Agreement. There's an addition to the organizational structure for the HR department recommendation. Then the upcoming meetings of the council are September the 25th is the local business meeting. October the 2nd is the Mohawk regular council meeting. October the 8th is the local business meeting. That's at 7. Regular council is at 9:30 a.m. October the 15th is the regular council meeting at 9:30 a.m. October the 22nd is the local business meeting. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll motion.
Aaron?
I'll second, Chief.
And Ogwari. Is anybody opposed? Anybody opposed? Seeing or hearing none, the motion is carried. The next item of business is the September the 10th, 2025 regular council minutes. Council meeting was held on Wednesday, September the 10th at 2025 at 10:15 a.m. in the council chambers. I was present. Chris Brandt was present. Curtis Brandt present. Aaron Ferranti present. Linda Lewin present, and Chris Miracle present. Regrets, Ogwari had personal reasons for not attending. Angela Miracle, the acting chief administrative officer, left at 9:24. She wasn't feeling well. And she was joined by teams at 9:40 a.m. and returned at 12:38 p.m. Shelley Bowden, the executive administrative assistant, was a recording secretary to council, was present. Charles Miracle, my assistant, was present. Linda Lewin and Aaron Ferranti moved to adopt the agenda. That motion was carried. Motion 2 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda, that the council minutes of August 27th be approved. That motion was carried. August the 3rd was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve amending motion 30 of August 27th minutes, Mohawk Council Resolution number 2025-26-052, removing the loss of honorarium based on legal advice. Motion was carried. Motion 4 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt to approve the electoral officer is not required to have liability insurance, as this is under the Indian band election regulations. We should put regulations there. That motion was carried. Chris Miracle had a negative vote. Stated everyone should have insurance if working for MBQ. The motion was carried. Motion 5 was moved by Curtis and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve the following meetings outside the territory. The chief will attending the IPHCC AGM on September the 19th in Kingston. I'm going to do it by Zoom, by the way, because I have another call. The chief will be attending the Indigenous Economic Summit October the 8th and 9th in Aurelia. The chief will be attending the Chiefs of Ontario Great Lakes Gathering October 22nd, 21st and 22nd in Niagara Falls. The chief will attend the Chiefs of Ontario Fall Assembly on November 18th and 2025 in Toronto. The chief will also be attending the Indigenous Services Canada Joint Gathering. This is an annual event on November the 25th and 27th, 2025 in Toronto. The motion was carried. Motion 6 was moved by Chris Brandt, second by Curtis, to approve the business registration with Turtle Island Trade Services to the owner Robin Miracle. That motion was carried. Motion 7 was moved by Linda Lewin and seconded by Aaron Ferrante to approve the following land transfers from Carmen Albert Brandt to Jennifer Leigh Boomhauer, lot 27B-1, concession to RSO 5511R, from Donald Robert Brandt and Ruby Lillian Brandt to Caitlin Marie Brandt and Sarah Lynn Brandt of lot 25B-1, concession A, Candaland Survey Record number 67531, lot 25B-9, concession A, Candaland Survey Record number 7675629, lot 25N-2, concession A, revised statutes of Ontario 501 5010R, and lot 25M, concession A, Candaland Survey Record 67531. The land transfer from Donald Robert Brandt and Ruby Lillian Brandt to Terry Wayne Brandt, Caitlin Marie Brandt, and Sarah Lynn Brandt for lot 25B-14-1, concession A, RSO 6237R, lot 25L-1, concession A, RSO 550009R, lot 25B-17, concession A, RSO 4325R, lot 25B-4-1, concession A, RSO 4325R, and lot 25, concession A, Candaland Survey Record number 67531. A land transfer from Martha Rosalind Green to Lori Ina Green for lot 31E-9, concession A, RSO 5472R. A land transfer from Wendy Marie Brandt to Kenneth Elwood Brandt and Suzanne Elaine Brandt for lot 10F7, concession A, Candaland Survey Record 108427. A land transfer from Carl Dennis Miracle to Nicole Charlene Davy and Carl Dennis Miracle as joint tenants for lot 29K-5, concession A, Candaland Survey Record 532238. A land transfer from James Alexander Bowden to Chevy Cheyenne Road and Michael Robert Landry for lot 24E-7, concession 2, Candaland Survey Record number 112193. A land transfer from James Earl Brandt to John Thomas Jr. Baptiste for lot 8B-2-1, concession 1, Candaland Survey Record 97360. A land transfer from Brian Jason Doreen to John Thomas Jr. Baptiste for lot number 8B-1, concession 1, RSO 6690R, and lot 8B-2-2, concession 1, Candaland Survey Record number 97360. A land transfer from Brian Jason Doreen to John Thomas Jr. Baptiste of lot 9F1-1, concession 1, Candaland Survey Record 91996. A land transfer from Seth James Lafort to Nicole Elizabeth Kershaw for lot 5A-3, concession 2, RSO 2469, and the motion was carried. Motion 8 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Curtis Brandt that the land hereunder described and situated on the Tyendinaga Mohawk Reserve be allotted to Terry Allen Miracle 164062841. In accordance with Section 20, subsection 1 of the Indian Revised Statutes of Canada, 1985, Chapter 1-5, the land description is the whole of Lot 5, Tyendinaga Industrial Park, Concession 1, as shown on plan number Candaland Survey Record 95029, the whole of Lot 6, Tyendinaga Industrial Park, Concession 1, as shown on plan Candaland Survey Records 95029, the whole of Lot 7, Tyendinaga Industrial Park, Concession 1, as shown on plan number Candaland Survey Record 95029, MCR 2025-26-053 was the motion was carried. Motion 9 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve the land valuation at $1.07 per square foot and $11.50 per square meter for the road extension projects. Motion was carried. Motion 10 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aaron Ferranti to approve to pay Alan Pratt invoice number 6397 in the amount of $1,130 for the Culberson land claim, and invoice number 6398 in the amount of $1,120 for the Turton loss of use, and invoice number 6401 in the amount of $860 for surrender number 24. The motion was carried. Motion 11 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Aaron to approve pay Derek Wan invoice 881 in the amount of $3,500 for corporate matters, invoice number 882 in the amount of $28,524 for economic development matters, and invoice number 883 in the amount of $2,115.82 for corporate matters, and invoice number 884 in the amount of $8,044 for corporate matters, and invoice number 885 in the amount of $3,338.50 for corporate matters. The motion was carried. Motion 12 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis to approve awarding the contract for Two Tiny Homes Foundation located at Shandville location, former Davis property, to Anderson property maintenance for a total of $44,830 to approve the project budgeting totaling $244,563. Other tenders received from TSP $56,000 and billed all $64,400. The motion was carried. So Anderson property was the low bid. Motion 13 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve the application to Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, Section 95, for the construction of 5 tiny homes to be constructed on Flat Street, to approve the proposed budget totaling $1,072,000, which includes a $68,750 contribution from MBQ. The motion was carried. Motion 14 was moved by Chris Brandt, seconded by Aaron, to approve waiving the fees for the rental of the community center for Sean Claus to host a seniors dance, date to be determined, and the motion was carried. Motion 15 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Chris Brandt to approve the posting a notice on social media regarding MBQ is covering the cost for all EAs, that educational assistance for all the children, as a one-time payment until we have communication from Indigenous Services Canada. The motion was carried. Motion 16 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Linda to approve signing the agreement for North Street connection for water and sewer connections with the town of Deseronto, and the motion was carried. Motion 17 was moved by Chris Brandt and seconded by Chris Miracle, that whereas the Tyendinaga Mohawk Council prioritizes the safety of all community members and visitors to our First Nation, and whereas Highway 49 is a highway that is part of the land base to our community with a posted speed limit of 80 kilometers per hour that is often traveled by our members, and whereas our members regularly utilize Highway 49 as a walking route, now therefore be it resolved that we are in support of reducing the speed limit to 60 kilometers per hour along Highway 49. This reduced speed limit would be approximately 100 meters north of the Lower Slash Road to 100 meters south of the airport, Bayshore Road. Council Resolution number 2526-054 was approved and signed. The motion was carried. The council confirmed the following meetings. September the 10th would be the regular council meeting. September the 17th would be the Mohawk Council regular meeting. September the 25th would be the local business. October the 7th would be the regular council meeting. October the 8th would be the council local business. October the 15th would be the regular council meeting. October the 27th would be the local business meeting. Motion 18 was moved by Aaron and seconded by Curtis that this meeting go into private in camera at 1:20 p.m. and that motion was carried. These are the minutes that are recorded by Shelley Bowden, the Executive Administrative Assistant and Recording Secretary to the Council. Are there any errors, omissions, or deletions to the minutes? Chris?
No.
Curtis?
No.
Aaron?
No.
Chris?
Yes, Chief. Motion 4,
To approve, the electoral office is not required to have liability insurance. It's under Indian Act elections.
Election regulations.
Okay, so it's misleading because Indian Affairs does not oversee our elections. As a courtesy, we let them know what's going on. Two, negative vote, it's not should have insurance. It's that council it appears, the perception is that some need it, some don't. I don't know that council is risk assessment analysis experts.
Okay.
But our insurance company would disagree. A reputable lawyer would disagree with the fact that some need it, some don't, particularly when we allow some staff without insurance to work for us. That is the message, that some staff don't need it, but some
Okay.
do. And we're not trained, chief. And I'm sure your insurance company would say
Okay, but the
you're
purpose-
entering dangerous waters by hiring people that have no insurance. If I have a business, I need insurance. Counselor Chris, you have a business, you had to get insurance. We don't get to pick and choose to say, hey,
Okay, just a minute.
hey, world,
Point of order,
if
Chris.
something happens.
Point of order, Chris.
Yes.
The purpose of this is to, do you accept these were the minutes that were
Okay.
passed by the
Okay, I'll move
council?
on,
Just the
Chief.
wording.
I'll move
Just the
on,
wording.
Chief.
You know, it's not to debate the motion. It's
Okay.
that it's just to do.
Thank you, Chief.
This is what was passed. This was the motion that was passed at the council.
I just want to put clarity to my comment,
Yeah.
why I was negative against it, chief.
Okay.
Okay. And then
And,
moving on.
Aguari, are you in favor? Are you in favor of the minutes or not?
I wasn't.
No, I'm not done, chief. Motion number 8.
Oh, just wait. Okay, go ahead.
Motion number 8. I could have swore I was against the community selling land to community members without advertising. So
Okay.
I was positive the negative number 8, but again, I'll list the numbers,
So-
the reasons
so-
why.
oh, So then you're a negative vote on number 8, okay?
Yes, chief. Thank you.
We'll correct that.
Yeah.
That's a correction.
Yeah. I thought I voted abstain on number 9 because I am a landowner that may be affected by roads extensions.
Yes. I recall that.
Okay, thank you, chief. Thank you, Chris. Motion 11, I thought I voted negative. I am not in support of any of almost all of the active ventures currently underway. Number 12, I believe on number 12, I said negative, that it's a waste of money, that there are already designs out there that are free for design as opposed to paying contractors. That's number 12. So I was negative on 12.
Could I interrupt for 1 second? I apologize, the industrial park land allotment, I did miss that. And you did abstain on the number 9. All the legal invoices, you did not verbally register a negative vote.
Legal invoices, Derek
Yeah,
Wong
on none
stuff.
of them at this meeting, did you verbally
Okay,
say that you were registering a negative vote?
okay, so that's fine. I accept that. Thank you.
Okay, are there any, Elgari, or do you have any corrections
I
or?
wasn't here, chief.
Okay, so then we have then
where easement period lake gathering. I canceled that because you had a discussion on the board of having the bird law on those same dates.
yes,
21st, 22nd. So I canceled your attendance at that variable Great Lakes gathering.
yes, okay, yes, that's right.
I wasn't here at the time.
Yeah, but these are the way that was recorded at the point in time, we didn't find out about the Iroquois State until after, so but that is correct. I will be attending the Iroquois Caucus meeting here instead of that. But at the time when these minutes were put forward on the 10th of September, that's the way it stood at that time. So we'll have a motion then to correct, we'll add regulations number 4. And that simply is because the department handles election appeals under the Indiana Van Council regulations. And so Chris will be recorded as having a negative vote on motion 8, abstention on number 9. And I guess Shelley said clarify that you didn't vote negative on motion 11. So I guess that will just stand then. And motion 12, there will be a negative vote there. Can we have a motion to accept the minutes as corrected?
One motion, chief.
Curtis, is there a seconder?
I'll second that.
Chris Brandt. Anybody opposed? Anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. Corrections. Is there any business arising from the minutes? Is there any business arising from the minutes? Seeing none, it'll be recorded as none then. And the minutes, does any of the meetings that I have coming up will be, have already been approved in the minutes previously? So do you have any travel outside the territory, Chris?
No, I don't.
Curtis?
No, I guess we didn't get a date for ISC, right?
It'll be after the federal budget is announced, so I did follow up with Kyle, they still don't have a
November
date yet.
4th, right? That's when he's telling you the budget.
He didn't have a date as of yesterday, it must have been just announced
It
today.
was on the news. You need to watch it.
Pardon me?
It was on the news.
Was it? Okay, November the
Oh,
4th?
yeah.
So our meeting will be after that then?
Yeah. Just ask.
October 4th?
I think it's November.
November 4th.
It was supposed to be in October.
Yeah.
budget.
Well, guess what? They slipped up.
Okay. All right, so do you have any meetings outside the territory?
No.
Chris? Okay. So they'll just be already approved, noted, already approved. And I have a motion to have that meeting with Staney Brown from the Public Health School Dilemma. And that'll be on the need for safe drinking water in First Nations communities. Okay.
The LFP, 23, 24, 30, 26, by between.
Yes.
Not attending in person, you're not attending at all on.
So the upcoming council meetings, number 4 on your agenda. The regular council meeting will be November the 5th and 19th at 9:30 a.m. The local business will be November the 12th and 26th. I have a conflict with the 26th because that's the same time as the joint gathering with Indigenous Services Canada. And the regular council meetings for December will be the 3rd and 17th at 9:30 a.m.
I think we have a conflict for the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the training workshop for governance?
It is
I think
November.
it's
isn't
the,
it?
the 17th to the 19th.
So Aaron
And
has
Linda would
conflict.
be going to that one as well. So it would be the 19th that we have a conflict with, I believe.
Okay, so what do you want to do with those conflicts?
Yeah.
Do you want to
18th
move-
and 19th.
Yeah.
Do you want to move the date to a different date then?
So Linda, myself, and Ange would be gone on the 19th. I'm fine with.
So will the 18th work?
Nope. We'll be gone the 17th to the 19th.
Yeah, we'll leave on the 17th, but the 18th, the actual workshop is the 18th and 19th.
So then I guess it goes to the 24th and occupancy planning, joint gathering.
Could we,
Unless you want to have it sooner, so the 19th. The 10th is open, the 11th is open, 12th is open, 13.
The 11th is
The week
Veterans Day.
prior to is open.
You already have a meeting then.
the local business is on the 12th.
So could we have the council then on November the 12th in the morning with local business at night?
Easiest chief, you stacking the meeting like that, they're long days, I'm
Mhm.
telling you. 14 hours the first one, and 12 hours the next one.
Okay,
That's a lot.
okay, well, I guess then they just proceed then as is, as long as we have a quorum.
Yeah, if you guys are okay with that.
And who will chair the meeting on the 26th then? One of you?
I won't be here.
The 26th of
I'll
November?
be at the joint gather.
The 26th,
Okay.
that's local.
Oh, yeah, one of us can chair for
Right?
local. That should be fine.
24th to 26th, right, chief, for the joint gathering? for
Yes, it
ISC?
is.
Yeah. We Trump.
Okay, so I guess then the 26th, can we have that meeting on a different day?
Well, it's just local business, so one of us could share.
And there may not be anybody scheduled.
Yeah, we won't know till closer to anyway. Can
If,
decide
if
that.
it is, they'll just have to wait till the 30th of December then. So let's just cancel that day then for the 26th then.
Well, we can just wait until closer to.
The closer the time.
Okay. So let's approve then the 5th of November for regular council, and the 19th will proceed, and the 12th of November for local business. Okay, is there a mover?
Yeah, I'll move that, chief.
Is there a seconder?
I'll second, chief.
Curtis?
There's December too.
Yeah, don't forget the December dates.
Yeah, 317.
The 24th and
Okay. Yes?
Thank you, Chief. Chief, we promised the community we'd have more community meetings and we never did. Can we have a meeting before nomination so that we can show the community we were serious about transparency?
Shelley?
Well, one thing the community's going to ask when you have these meetings and they tell you what they want, what have you done? What motions have been put forward by council based on what your interpretation is, what you heard, which can mean a variety of opinions on things. It's one thing for the community to have a sounding board, but one of the members said there's no action plan following those meetings.
Shelley, what were you going to say?
You have to approve the December meeting. Chief, the December meetings on that sheet you just flipped, we need those meetings approved as well.
Just hold on.
The 3rd and 17th?
3rd and 17th. So the 17th would just, you would come in, have a meeting just to approve those third.
Oh, yes, okay.
Because you
that's-
close off the
You're
session.
out of office on 17th.
The 17th is just to approve the minutes. That's a very quick meeting.
And then the new council would meet after that. Because
Then the
they have
new
to meet
council's
so many
got it.
days after
They
the
meet the
election,
next day.
They have to meet 30 days after the election.
within 30 days, I believe.
Within 30 days after the election.
But you need to close your session off.
Yeah, I presume, so December 3rd and 17th then would be approved by council as well in that motion. Chris and Curtis?
Yeah.
Motion's carried. Thank you.
I agree with Chris about that, community meetings. I mean, like we did, talked to the community about having more, having meetings on a regular basis, and it hasn't, I mean, I've got one meeting that I think that we should have with the community, whoever wants to show up, but I don't know if I should, talk about it right, like here and now.
Well, put it in camera then if you have things that might be private. Okay.
The last one, we presented dates and there wasn't any chosen, right?
Correct.
Okay, we can move on to number, just put it over in camera then if you're not sure if it's public information you want to share. Okay, let's go to number 5, the industrial park sales. Let's stick to the agreement. Let's stick to the agenda, I meant to say.
5 is a land transfers, chief.
Land transfers, number 5. So there's it's been put on by our lands officer, Amy Smart, a sale agreement for Matthew Allen Daniel Weldon to purchase lot 9 industrial park
No,
concession
chief,
1.
that's 6.
Candaland survey record 95029 for the purpose of a future housing business development. Once the agreement has been approved, Matthew will commit to pay the
Keep your
$52,000.
one ahead.
What's that?
That's number 6. Number 5 is regular land transfers.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies.
I don't know.
The land transfers. Okay. So we have a land transfer from Adina Rosanna Brandt to Joshua Ezekiel David Williams of Lot 3A-8, Lot Concession 2, RSO 4898R, Lot 3F, Concession 2, RSO 897, and Lot 3A-5-3, Concession 2, RSO 4898R. A land transfer from Matthew Allen Daniel Weldon to Jana Ray Hill for Lot 12D-2, Concession 2, Candyland Survey Record 113924. A land transfer from Miles Orville Wesley Adam Green to John Thomas Jr. Baptiste for Lot 68-3-1, Concession 1, Candyland Survey Record 97360. Does council approve these land transfers? If so, I need a mover and seconder.
I'll move.
Chris Miracle. Is there a seconder? Is there a seconder for these land transfers?
I'll second, Chief.
Obari? Is there anyone opposed? Anyone else? Seeing none and hearing none, the motion is carried. Okay, the industrial number 7. Number 6, pardon me. Number 6 on your agenda. A sale agreement for Matthew Allen Daniel Weldon to purchase Lot 9 Industrial Park Concession 1 Candyland Survey Record 95029 for the purpose of a future business development. Once agreement has been approved, Matthew will come in to pay for the lot a total of $52,250, 209 acres at $25,000 per acre, and it equals $52,250. The recommendation is to review and sign the sale agreement. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Chris Brandt, is there a seconder?
I'll second.
Is there anyone opposed?
Opposed, Chief.
Chris Miracle opposed. Can you say why?
Yeah, I have about half a dozen reasons, Chief. Probably the most basic reason is you're selling industrial lots that we put hundreds of thousands of community dollars into for preparation, surveys, blah, blah, blah. And we're selling for 25, but we're paying upwards to 100,000 a lot on behalf of the community. Why do we sell at 25 but buy at 100?
Well, the council did make a motion to set those prices, Chris. So that's what council decided.
The rest I will put in writing, Chief.
Okay. Negative vote. Is anybody else opposed? Seeing none, the motion is carried. The staff, though, just go by the motions of council, so they don't really have, when you say it's $25,000 an acre, that's what they go by. Because there's a motion setting that price.
Chief, I have
And
a
it was
question.
reviewed.
Chief? On the question of staff, once upon a time, Chief and Council had staff review any potential sales of industrial lots to see what is the purpose of the business buying the land. Earlier today, council showed great due diligence regarding private investors or potential partnerships on private land. But when it comes to community land, what if it was a toxic waste dump transfer station proposed for this, and you've already approved it all? We have no idea what these lots are sold for, what they're being used for, but there's no due diligence. And once upon a time, Chief and Council directed their staff, what is the plan for this before we sell it? Now it's all out the window. Thank you.
Well, I can only go by the direction that council has put in place, and they want all of these things, these issues vetted through staff, and they want to act on
But they're not
recommendations.
vetted, Chief. That's my point. They're not vetted, and you're not requiring them to vet anymore. And I don't think it's just on council. I think Chief and Council Chief, you have 40 years experience, but it seems sometimes you don't show that experience.
Well, at the same time, I have to respect that the decisions are made by council. I don't have the authority to overrule council.
You don't have authority, but you can go on a very, very long discussion about what we used to do and why we used
Well,
to
yeah,
show
yeah,
due
and-
diligence.
And we also spent a lot of money to close a dump, and I don't think the council would be approving another dump to be located there.
Well, I'm just asking you why at one time you said, council, make sure you approve the
Okay,
due diligence.
what I'm going to say then, if council wants that level of vetting to go on, council's going to have to make a motion to say that before anybody can, and agree on the price, because I can't debate at a council meeting, and council's already put a motion in place to say the lots sell for $25,000 an acre. I'm bound by that.
That's not the topic,
I'm bound-
Chief.
But that's
That's
part
not
of,
the issue.
that's part
The
of it.
issue is due diligence.
Just wait till I finish, please. So I'm bound by that motion of council.
Okay.
If you want a survey done to say the band member, in order to be considered to have buy land, they have to identify what the land's going to be used for, and council has to agree. I'd like a motion to that, and we'll develop that survey and have that work done. If that's
Doesn't need to be developed, it's already in place. It was already a policy and practice in place, and now we're discontinuing it for certain people.
I don't recall that being in the policy.
Well, common sense, Chief.
So if you want that in the policy, I'd like a motion to that effect. And we will do that.
Motion for staff to provide the due diligence that they used to provide previously regarding the sale of industrial lots.
Okay. Which means what? You've got new staff.
You
New
want to
staff.
debate it, or you want to just?
I just want clarity, so we know exactly what it is you expect of this. What I'm asking for is clarity, and I'm not asking to debate it. What is it you'd like to see?
I just spent some time
So
explaining to you.
one is that they have to identify what the purpose, what's going to be built on that property.
Okay.
And normally in a community, zoning would deal with all of that. You can't have this kind of business in this kind of location. But people here have been opposed to zoning.
I'm not talking zoning, Chief. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm talking simply the past practice of due diligence directed by Chief and Council, and it's not longer in place. I'm not talking zoning. I'm not talking what someone does in Ethiopia. I'm not talking about other places. I'm talking about what we used to do.
And we never said we were expected to know what's going on in Ethiopia, Chris.
But we all go to other jurisdictions real quick. And I'm not talking about other jurisdictions. I'm talking about here and now and what we used to do and good governance, but.
I'm sorry, this is making me stress. I'm feeling not.
So anyway, let's develop some kind of survey where at least they identify what they're going to build on that property. But I do know that, for example, when one of the businesses was going to build something there, they had a community meeting to state what it was they're going to put there, and then they took questions from the community. That isn't required of everybody. The council passed a motion to encourage business development that members could buy land at $25,000 an acre. That was the decision of council. Okay, let's move on. Land transfer. I've got two of the same thing here.
We're on item 7, Chief.
I know, but there's two things, two of the agenda seats of the same thing. So the Iroquois caucus. This will be a simple one. Who's attending?
I am, Chief.
Okay, just before, who moved the industrial park sales agreement?
Chris B. and Aaron.
Chris Brandt and Aaron. And Chris Merrick was negative, right? Okay. The Hicks Morley invoice, first of all, number 7, who's attending the Iroquois caucus meeting?
I'll be here.
Attending, Aaron's attending, Curtis is attending, Chris Brandt is attending. Put Linda down. Are you attending, Chris? Iroquois caucus, it's here in the community we're hosting.
I'll get back to you, Chief.
Okay, Chris undecided. Are you attending? I know Gary's attending. Okay, and I'll attend. Okay, just check with Linda. Just note that then, let's just have a motion, those will be the attendees, so we got it for the record. We'll move. Curtis, and we'll second it.
I'll second.
And if you're not, something comes up you can't attend, just let Shu know because they can adjust the catering.
There's two parts of that. Either Sue's going to attend and TNC's to indicate if they're agreeable with the presentation from the justice.
Oh, they wanted to invite somebody, right?
Yeah, Loretta and
Okay, who wants to invite who?
there was two parts to that motion sheet. There was one for who's going to identify or who's going to attend, and then one was to indicate if TNC's agreeable to the presentation from Loretta and Nestor or Nestor.
For the justice.
And what's the presentation about?
She's responsible for the UN Declaration Act Implementation Secretariat.
I guess she would have to canvass the other communities to see if they're agreeable to that.
I think they're asking each,
Yeah.
she's asking for MBQ's response.
If we're agreeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming here. Their representative are asking.
I
their
would
own
think so.
committees.
How long are they asking for on the agenda?
I'm agreeable with the presentation.
And the UN response to what?
Declaration on UNDRIP,
Yeah,
isn't
you want
it?
Shu?
Responsible
Well,
for
we
the
know
UN
right now that
Declaration Act Implementation Secretariat.
Okay. We can, from Tyendinaga, I think we can agree to it being on the agenda, but I'd like to see how much time that's going to take. Because some of the provinces have passed legislation to adopt it and others have not.
Agendas are being developed
Yeah.
and we'll share once complied.
I've got no objection to it, as long as we need to know what time and what,
Well,
I
that will
guess.
come
it-
eventually, Chief.
Shu's trying to.
If everybody is agreeable to having them, then they'll be able to know.
Yeah, let's put them on the agenda.
I know
Can you
Six
let Shu know?
Nations is in agreement.
Okay. So let's have a motion then to add them to the agenda.
I'll motion.
Aaron, Chris Brandt,
Yes.
Chris Brandt, motion is carried. Okay, the next item is the Hicks Morley invoice. It's regarding human resources legal matters, and the total invoice is $10,429.50. Is there a motion to pay this invoice?
I'll motion.
Aaron, is there, and Chris Brandt? Anybody opposed? Is anybody opposed? Hearing none and seeing none, the motion is carried. The Gowling invoice, this relates to the per capita distribution. And the invoice is to clarify member for the purpose of the distribution. And there's an email actually that I saw just a little while ago from Jordan Sewell on that. The invoice is number 205-66382, and the amount is $10,712.50. Is there a motion to pay this invoice?
I'll motion.
Aaron, is there a seconder?
One second, Chief.
Is anyone opposed? Is anyone opposed? Hearing none?
Chief,
seeing
can you
none?
make a note that I have a question regarding one of these? I'm not sure who I should speak to though. but
Which
Angela?
invoice is that?
It's on the invoices from the lawyers.
Well, these
I'll
are
talk to
the-
Angela regarding who,
Yeah,
it's
well, they're-
confidential.
Yeah, we've got two invoices from lawyers, Hicks Morley
Okay,
and.
yeah,
and
I'll
Rowley.
just, Angela, can you get some information for me on a question on here later on in private? Thank you. Just any clarity, chief.
Okay, but are you in favor of paying the invoice or not?
Sure.
Okay, so there's no opposition to paying the invoice? The motion is carried. We have amendment number 108, 2025-26. Please review the request to approve and amend amendments forwarded by Indigenous Services Canada for additional program funding for fiscal year 25-26. Amendment 108, Q30W Indigenous Health Equity Fund. The amount of additional funding will be $384,211. This will be deposited to the budget, and the account numbers there.
I'll motion.
Motion to
A
approve.
second, chief.
Aaron Oguari. Is anybody opposed? Sign the document, please. Now, is Tom going to come in to present on the next item, motion 11? Number item 11? Can you bring him in? No? It says MBQ has been presented with a new partnership for
He's
the
unable
development
to come in.
of a new apartment building at 20 College Street West. Approved to sign the letter of intent to participate while community engagement occurs. Does council agree to do this?
Yeah, the letter is of the intent, right? Yeah, I am in support of this.
Moved by Aaron, is there a seconder?
Second, chief.
I thought I heard that Derek Wong say that Tom was going to present to council.
No, he gave him the information and it's all
Put a
in the,
package together.
Okay, it's on, just the package is on the council. Okay, that's fine. Is there a motion then to sign the letter to Richard Summers dated October the 2nd?
Aaron and Oguari.
yeah, we motioned.
Okay. Is there any opposition?
Negative, chief. Community builders, community members want us building in Tyendinaga with 100% Mohawks, for 100% Mohawks, not tens of millions in Belleville for others. And I'm hearing that loud and clear over and over. Absolutely negative. I'm listening to my community, chief.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to be clear though that one Front Street is occupied by 18.
I'm not talking about Front Street, I'm talking about College
I
Street.
know, but. Okay, one negative vote, the motion is carried. So I have authorization to sign this letter. Building inspections. MBQ's current building inspector has provided notice that he will be retiring as of December 2025, which requires MBQ to find an alternative. Approval to enter into an agreement with the Ontario First Nations Technical Services Corporation for MBQ's building inspections. Does council approve? You need a building inspector.
Chief, I thought we had run one of these and we had a qualified person that could do it
Can you speak
through
to that?
AFLDC.
Can you speak to that, Angela? Is
That we
there-
actually had someone go through and get this? You mean, are you talking,
Yeah.
The one staff person?
to be an
It's not
inspector,
that. Huh?
to,
Okay.
to do the inspector training.
Yep.
They're not done.
They're what?
They're not
They
done.
went to the first session, but there's more sessions they have to attend.
So they're not certified.
No.
Oh,
How
okay.
many,
Yeah, they're,
We were told that they were.
oh, I want.
So who told you who told you they weren't though?
I,
Tom?
yeah. Well, sorta. I know they did, there was 3 of them, I think, went to
Okay,
training
they're,
in August. But then there's more sessions they have to attend before they actually get certified.
there was an issue with the Aboriginal Labor Force Development Circle. They did train building inspectors, but they were not recognized by CMHC to work there. I don't know what the reason being was.
Was it CMHC?
No,
Oh,
no,
what-
no, it was
It was,
the Ontario First Nations Technical Services Corporation.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, they're in a conflict because they're bidding on the work.
But there was that dispute, and I did bring it to their attention, and they had a discussion about it. I don't know what the final decision was.
Neither do we. That's what I'm asking.
Chris?
Thank you, Chief. Chip, are you talking, is there community members that are pursuing this? Because I'm in support of having John mentor that person. So the next 6 months before John leaves, or a few months, John could be mentoring that person.
Yeah, well, I just need more clarity on it because there was,
Okay,
I was told that that's what we had.
okay, let's defer this then.
We can defer.
Please, until we get more information.
Answer, yeah. Sorry.
how many were taking that course anyway?
Was
Do you
there
know?
half a dozen of them? I don't know. But it was from all different.
Oh,
Right.
So I was just told.
Chief, who is the mover and seconder?
So we need a mover to defer it. Curtis?
I'll move, Chief.
I'll second.
Curtis and Chris Miracle. Is anybody opposed to deferring it for more clarity?
No.
Motion's carried. You need hydro for the subdivision that's being built on North Street, and I hope that many of you have been to see the new houses that have been put up. They look pretty nice.
Yes, they are.
And there's more to be built there as well. So the hydro required a revised design to add additional hydro connections to Flat Street on North Street housing development. The cost was $61,541 is a deposit, which will be returned once the homes being constructed on Flat Street are connected.
I'll motion to.
We need a motion to approve and sign the attached multi-service connection cost agreement with Hydro One for North Street housing development. And you have to wait till I finish because people online don't know what it is. So that's why you have to read it into the record. It's been moved by Chris Brandt to approve.
I seconded, Chief.
And Oguari. Anybody opposed? Is there anybody opposed? Seeing none. Angela, can you see if Hydro can leave more space to write the name of our community in there? There's no space to leave it there, to write our name in there. We have such a long name.
Of our
Mohawks,
community?
yeah, Mohawks, the Bay of Quinte. There you go. So there's 12 units built there now, and there's 7 more going there.
Perfect. Yeah, they are.
Subdivision's being built.
And we're moving forward with the connections. Good.
Oh, short too. That thing, I don't know, they just sent the agreement back. They made an amendment, so we'll have to look at the amendment.
No, I see we have
I
the,
think it's for 48, but I'm a little concerned because I think. we have
In
50.
total, right?
yeah, in total, you can't have more than 48, or well, otherwise you'll
I
nullify
know,
the
but
agreement with the town.
But we have more than that there. There's 50, I thought. And I thought we said that at the meeting.
That's all they're willing to accommodate, is 48, something to do with the pumping station.
So then we'll have to redo our design.
And that was to do with the design that it is now.
Yeah.
But when it's upgraded than that, I thought we could add a few more. That's what I thought.
No, the town put it at their council meeting last week, to put that in there,
Okay.
that it can't exceed 48.
There's a termination clause that they just added, which I haven't looked through yet. But that's where I need to see what we can we might have to make an adjustment if that's the case.
Yeah, I heard 50, but I thought that got taken back down. I thought it was at 40 then.
It was 40, but,
And then we went up to 48, yeah. So,
but there was more than that, and then really there was actually 50.
yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, we
Shel,
have,
what?
We're live.
Oh, sorry.
we have an MBQ
Still.
RBC mortgage program master client agreement to be signed. So the pecking order is there for the sign. And that should say TMC approved. And so the motion is the master agreement for the new MBQ RBC mortgage program requires approval and signature. TMC approve, the recommendation is you approve and sign the client master agreement for the new MBQ RBC mortgage program. Is there a mover?
I'll move, chief.
Ogwari, is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Curtis, is there anybody opposed? Just find your name on the list there.
Signature card, guys.
There you are. Well, that's going around. The next item is the addition to the organizational structure for the Human Resources Development Department. Add the Human Resources General List focused on employee relations to the organizational structure. This position will focus on employee complaints, interpersonal issues, and workplace investigations. Motion to approve to add this to the organizational structure. Where will the money come from to pay this salary?
It was already identified within our budget.
It's identified, okay? I think it's
Now,
needed.
As we grow larger and larger and larger, we seem to have
So,
more.
so just to give you a little bit of background, so that the public understand our organization. In recent years, we've added several new positions to the organizational structure. As of the last payroll, we had 266 permanent employees. Once all vacancies are filled, we will have almost 280 permanent employees. We have a significant number of casuals on term employees, bringing the number to well over 325. Whether an employee is permanent, seasonal, term, or casual, the HR department is involved with the employee in all areas. Our Human Resources Department looks after all HR functions within MBQ, which includes recruitment, retention, compensation, planning, training, employee relations, complaints regarding employees, benefits, leave of absences, health and safety, risk management, supporting employees, onboarding and offboarding, supporting managers, staying on top of legislation, ensuring compliance, policies and procedures, and employment contracts, to name a few. Adding this position will allow us to work more proactively in areas such as policy work, succession planning, training manuals and procedures, communication documents, staff recognition, and lateral kindness committee, employee engagement, and more things on the horizon. We feel that if some of these things could be addressed, it would mitigate other areas that are consuming HR time, like staff complaints and interpersonal issues within departments. We have a proposed distribution of work attached, which would follow the HR generalist to become more specialized in specific areas. We're going to maintain the HR generalist titles and ensure that our teams remain strong. The structure would allow flexibility within the team, which would assist capacity building and ensure if any team member were to leave that the service would continue. The new position was factored on the proposed budget put forth this year. So the money's in place, this council approved. This is a very large organization, so they do need a properly staffed HR department.
I'll motion, chief.
Is there a seconder?
I'll second, Chief.
Is there anybody opposed?
I am, chief.
Curtis opposed?
Yeah.
Is anybody else opposed?
I'm not opposed, but I think maybe we can have some further discussion.
Okay,
Exactly.
so do you want to defer this then?
No, I think our discussion can still continue after.
Okay. So what's the concern?
I have no concern right now.
Ready?
We're so light, Chief.
Yeah.
Okay, but you want the discussion in camera?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's defer this to in camera then. We'll just put this
Is that
aside.
okay?
I'm fine with it, yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll put this over then to in camera, but it has to come back into public meetings after the discussion.
Sure.
Okay, that's fine. So that will go over there. So the upcoming meetings are September the 25th, the local council, October the 2nd, the regular council, October the 8th is the local council business, October the 15th is the regular council, October the 27th is the local business. Will conclude our, so let's just go in camera then to have the discussion, then we can finish off the motion to go in camera.
Motion.
Is there a seconder?
I'll second.
Aaron, so just shut it off. We will be back in a few minutes, okay? Okay, is it shut off?
We're live.
Okay, the council has concluded their in-camera discussion regarding motion number 15, and there's been a decision to, I guess, to defer this for more information. So is there a mover to defer it?
I'll move, Chief.
Curtis, is there?
No, that was a worry, and I'll second that
Aguari.
motion.
That's Aguari, and who else will second it?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brandt, okay. Is anybody opposed? Seeing none, the motion's carried. So that concludes our public portion of the agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Almost,
Go
Chief.
into private.
And to go into private?
Motion.
It's been moved by Curtis and seconded by Chris Miracle to go in private. It is now 12:23, and I think we'll break for lunch before we do the next in-camera portion. Thank you very much to our members and for joining this morning to our regular council meeting, and we wish you all to have a good day and enjoy what remains of the summer. Nyawankoa.